Step 1. Reconsider your role as teacher. Teaching philosophy based from the 7 philosophies of education is humanism. Good day everyone. The first thing that you must know about teaching as a profession is that teaching is about inspiring and motivating students to realize and exceed their potentials. The greatest teachers of all time have devoted their life in inspiring and empowering their students to achieve great things and be a good human being. First, you, the teachers, as a person in the society. Teachers are one of the most significant members of a society. They are also one of the most influential professionals in the community. Before a teacher becomes a professional facilitator, motivator, initiator, teachers are essential learners of their own nature. Professionals will not be professionals without professional teachers in the society. Socially speaking, teachers are active contributors in the progression and development in a social institution. The question is, how can they manage to do that? There are teachers' beliefs that enable them to be professionally developed. Initially, before a teacher develops children's way of learning, they should have to develop themselves first. There are philosophies, principles, values that are considered to be important in teaching. First, formulating your own philosophy of education. The way that a teacher teaches their students, socialize and interact with them has underlying philosophy. It starts with that we believe and includes the things that are want to happen with our students. It is composed of our goals and aims for education. Second is the foundational principle of morality and due. Teachers should always be a person with a good moral character. The identity of a teacher includes the moral character and the way that they have behaved with their principal. It is not enough that one has the professional license, because a true educator is educated and a true learner is learned. The third one is values formation and due. Values are caught and taught. Values formation starts in early childhood, and the way we practice the value becomes our attitude. The fourth one is teaching as your vocation, mission, and profession. Teaching is a vocation that is a calling from God. Teachers are professionals that make it profession. Teaching is a mission and not just a job. Teachers are called for duty, and that is teach the students and the impart of the sense of responsibility, good attitudes, and personality. Teachers should know the importance and essence of their existence inside and outside the classroom. As a member of society, teachers should be a responsible individual to impart his or her philosophies, morality, and values with the students and even with the members of the community. The teacher in the classroom and the community. First, the National Competency-Based Teacher Standards or NCBTS. Teacher is always the role model inside the classroom. He or she must demonstrate appropriateness, punctuality, and even respect for other people. Second is school and community relations. A teacher cannot handle the whole learning of a child alone. Parents and community are also involved in raising a child in a way that they would also learn from them. Teachers, parents, and the community should have a strong relationship to establish teamwork in improving learning environment. Helping with one another can strengthen the values and attitudes of the whole members of the community. Whenever there are problems inside the school, community and parents should work together to solve it, and vice versa. Participation and collaboration for community, school, parents, and teachers are needed to produce an organized, safe, honored environment, especially a rich source of learning. Becoming a global teacher. Global education is always attached with global teachers. They are the people involved in making the global education possible. But who are the global teachers? Global teachers are those who think both locally and globally. They are competent, armed enough with different skills, aware of modern technologies, having universal values, and have wide range of perspective. One of the most important tasks for educators in the world today is to help students learn about the rich variety of people in multicultural world and the important world problems that face our planet. Step 1. Reconsider your role as teacher. How we define ourselves is just as important as how we define our field. A key question teachers can ask themselves is, who am I? How you answer this determines what you do in class. Do you define yourself as just an English teacher? Or do you see yourself as an educator? In the wider sense, I prefer to define myself as global educator who teaches English, a foreign language. This means that I'm dedicated to good English teaching, but that I'm also committed to helping my students become responsible global citizens who will work for a better world. Step 2. Rethink your classroom atmosphere. A second step is internationalizing your teaching is to rethink your class atmosphere and the impact it has on students. What do students see when they enter your classroom? We need to think carefully about our classroom atmosphere, and it says to students, what is global classroom? It's a dynamic, colorful place which stimulates international awareness and curiosity about multicultural world. A global classroom is also an environmentally friendly classroom where teachers and students recycle paper, save energy, and use both sides of paper for hands-out and homework. Step 3. Integrate global topics into your teaching. Global education doesn't happen through good intentions alone. It must be planned for, prepared, and consciously taught. A good global language teacher must sit down and write up dual syllabus, comprising first, a set of language learning goals and a set of global education goals. One of these listed, the teacher's job is to design effective, enjoyable classroom activities that achieve both sets of objectives in integrated, creative way. Step 4. Experiment with global education activities. Part of becoming a global teacher involves experimenting in class with global education activities such as games, role plays, and videos. Games designed around international themes can stimulate motivation, promote global awareness, and practice language. Step 5. Deepen your knowledge through professional development. A final step in becoming a global teacher is to invest your time and money in professional development linked to global education. Hi, my name is Junimel Agsunod. Studying at Tarlac State University, taking Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Physical Education. When I become a teacher, I'm not that kind of teacher that in the sense of criteria or keywords suggest. I teach independently as a consultant or coach. So the reason I teach is because I don't think information should be withheld from people who want to know it, and I believe people can do anything with the proper guidance and tools. Plus, I get a charge of out of watching people's eyes light up with excitement over an idea. I want to focus on building students' independent study habits. Even when students are engaged in a lesson, I find they often forget essential details because they haven't learned how to properly review material on their own. I believe helping middle school students learn how to study independently now better prepares them for the demands of high school and college courses. I believe that grades are irrelevant and that only self-evaluation is meaningful. Grading encourages students to work for a grade and not for personal satisfaction. In addition, I'm also debunking a lot of myths along the way. People can learn how to pay themselves to learn rather than saddling an insurmountable debt on their shoulders for the sake of their education. Philosophies of Education. My teaching philosophy based from the seven philosophies of education is humanism, and it is about fostering each students to his or her fullest potential. My teaching philosophy is grounded in the idea that students' minds are not empty vessels waiting to be filled. Each one of them brings their own particular brand of genius to my classroom. And my most important job is to discover and empower that genius. That's all. Thank you.